we're fishing out of one of the most famous bays in the whole of Australia, Botany Bay, where Captain Cook landed over 200 years ago. Today it's a hustling and bustling place with the airport in the background, as well as Port Botany over there, where the ships come in and out on a regular basis. Today we're going to be heading offshore, targeting the mighty Mako shark, so let's get out there and see how it's done. We've just arrived at our spot, which is about 22 nautical miles offshore. The spot's called Browns Mountain. So how's it looking out here, Dennis?
It's looking very busy out here at the moment. There's quite a few boats out here on the mountain. As you can see, there's a lot of boats drop lining for gemfish and blue-eye cod. But we're going to do something a little different today. We're going to put out a slick, and we're going to try and get a Mako shark or blue shark up.
So we'll get out there and give it a crack. As with most forms of fishing, burleying is absolutely essential. So even though we're 22 nautical miles offshore, we're also going to be burleying out here for the mighty Mako shark. Now we're using a pretty common thing. This is just a keeper net that you buy for $5 or $10 down at your local tackle store. Now what we're going to do with the keeper net, we've got a block of frozen mince here. Now you can see there, that's just basically old fish frames that's been minced up through a mincer and then frozen in square blocks. Now we've got about 10 of them on the boat today. We'll put it in the keeper net and that'll last out there for about an hour at a time. We'll keep updating it as the day goes on. Okay, so we'll get the mince and we'll put it in the keeper net like so. And you can see that's already letting off a lot of fish in the boat. Throw it in the water like that. So we basically just tie that off to the side of the boat. As that starts to defrost, it'll let off little bits of fish at a time, letting off a great smell and slick in the water that'll hopefully attract the Mako shark. So as we're doing that, we'll also be punching the pot. So we'll show you how we do that now. Okay, so down the back of the boat here, we have the good old-fashioned burley pot. You see down here, big stainless steel pot, about so round. We're going to get some old fish that we've got in here, mixed up slimy mackerels, a few pilchards, just nice old smelly oily bait, perfect for Mako fishing. So we throw a few at a time in the pot and then give it a good hit. That'll let off a great slick behind the boat. We'll do that every few minutes or so. Now the trick is to keep your burley slick going. You don't want it broken because that'll break down the trail somewhere and the fish will get deterred off your slick. You want to keep it a constant stream so the fish will keep swimming up your trail. So what we're going to do while we're putting out a slick, we're going to be cubing. So do you want to just run through how we do that, Dave?
Yeah, so we've got our cubes. Generally try to use the IQF type, which is individually quality frozen. Much easier to pick out. And they're not in a massive frozen block you have to cut in pieces. So pull them out individually, cut them in around about 3 nice big chunks. Now while that mince is going out in small doses, it's staying up fairly high in the water. The pilchards we're actually bashing up in the pot generally come out a little bit thicker and will travel down a little bit more. So we've got 2 lines of trail going out. The cubes obviously are a lot bigger than the rest of them, and this will go a lot quicker. So we'll end up with 3 lines of a slick going down, which will attract a lot more fish.
Now the other great thing about cutting it into 3, Dave, is that because they're all of different sizes and you've got the middle of the fish, the head of the fish and the tail, they will also float down at different depths. So we'll get a stairway effect as we're cubing along, covering more area of water. So no matter where the fish are, hopefully they'll find the bait and come up to the top of the boat.
Now with the cubing, a bit more involved. Obviously bash the pot every now and then, it'll probably go out by itself for a short time. You keep an eye on that. But with cubing, you've got to actually throw a cube out every time one disappears. So once you can't see it anymore, it depends on how fast the current's pushing you or how fast the boat's being pushed by the wind. But just throw another cube out every time you lose sight of that last one.
As you can see, it's not a great feed for a Mako shark, so they're not going to be coming because of the little bits of fish in the water. They're going to be coming from the smell, thinking there's a great feed at the end of the line, which will be our bait. Beautiful fish, look at that. Great looking mako shark. All lit up, all the colours in the world. Absolutely fantastic, cobalt blue. He's already into it. There he goes, Dave, look at that. You see him there, just eating that bait, look at that.
Let him swallow it, let him swallow it.
You see it in his mouth. Fantastic, look at that. What we'll do, we'll get Dennis to tag it quickly. And what we do with it, by tagging it, put a tag, and then next time someone else catches him, when we let him go, we can track his movements. There you go, now that the circle hook is lodged in the corner of the mouth right there. Now he's been tagged. What a lovely fish, check out that. The circle hook is right there in the corner of the mouth, so he's not damaged whatsoever. What a lovely fish, look at that. Beautiful. Lovely sized little mako shark. Nice shiny new bit of jewellery, yellow tag in his back. We might even get our bait back if we're lucky. They're just eating machines, you can see his teeth. Absolutely fantastic, look at that. Okay, so we've managed to get him free and that mako's swimming off. Now, he might even come back and still have a play. He wasn't too fussed by the whole ordeal, but the tag's in, so the capture is secured. Well done, boys.
Yep, it's actually starting to bounce on the rod now. Well, yeah, we're loading up now. Hopefully it stays connected. Given enough time anyway to actually swallow the bait, and the actual drag of the actual line through the water would hopefully pull the actual line out of its mouth and actually hook it in the corner of its mouth with a circle. Feels like it's just dropped it. Yeah, weight's gone.
Oh, we're just going to check this bait, make sure it's still there. And there you go, look at that. So, perfect example to show you that mako sharks and sharks in general always eat head first. So he's come up, he's taken the head, taken a big chunk off. We're unfortunate not to hook with the circle hook, but he's got half our bait. So we'll get another one out, re-rig it, hopefully get him again. So I'll just show you quickly the bait that we're using. You can see here that it's a mullet that we've brought from home. Now when you're rigging a shark bait, it's very important to put the hook up the head of the fish. A mako will eat a bait head first, so we want the fish to go down that way so the circle hook can do its thing as it's on the way out. Because the circle hook has to be free, we're not going to embed it in the fish, we're going to actually attach it with a simple zip tie. So we cut a slot in the fish, like so. We get our zip tie, feed that through, then we get our hook. Now we're going to be releasing all our makos that we catch today, so it's critical that you do use a circle hook, rigged like so. We bring the zip tie through the loop in the wire and secure it like that. That way, that will sit nice and free like so. Cut off all the nasty dangly bits. Then we get another zip tie, put another slot down the back of the fish so it doesn't slide up. Put another zip tie through there and secure the cable down there nice and tight. Get our Pakula clippers, snip it off, and that bait is ready for a nice healthy mako. Now because our burley trail is sitting high in the water, we don't want our bait to float down where the fish, and particularly the makos, aren't going to be swimming. So we want to keep our bait suspended about 5 or 6 metres off the surface of the water. Now the way we do that, we grab a balloon, put a loop in our double, wrap it around the balloon like so, and then just tie another knot in the balloon. Like so. Now the reason we do that, as the fish pulls it, that'll pull the loop out and the balloon will go away and will be connected to the fish. So we send the balloon out and away we go. So when your bait's set back about 50 metres away from the back of the boat, sitting nicely in the burley slick, it's important to leave your reel just in free spool. So just so the line's not running out. Now the reason is that's a circle hook, so we need the shark to swallow the bait. That way the hook goes down and then we'll slide the drag up slowly, bring the hook out of its mouth and into the corner of the mouth. If we just jag it as the fish takes the bait, it'll pull the hook straight out, no hook up. So very important that you do that when you're fishing for sharks with circle hooks. So that's ready to go. Leave it there. Wait for the balloon to pop off. Hopefully, see some nice jumping makos. Well, we're just re-rigging our deep bait, and we've had a big mako shark, or what we think is a mako shark, swirl around the balloon. We saw the fins come out of the water, and because of the trail, he's swimming straight up the trail. Awesome stuff. Now he's right up next to the boat here, check that out. Right next to us. Look at that, awesome. So it's not always about just hooking the fish and fighting it, seeing that sort of stuff. Out here, we're in his world, sharing a bit of time with one of the apex predators of the sea. As you saw, this fish has got a big gash down the side of its head. Now that could have happened from a prop, from a hook or a knife, who knows, but sometimes these injuries do happen. It just shows how strong these fish are, that it can still survive and go along happy as Larry.
When you're using the reel, harness on, I generally keep my hand on top of the actual reel, don't hold the rod. All the weight's in the straps anyway, I could basically sit there. As long as you keep the weight on the line the whole time, don't let any loose line. Obviously a hook can come out of its mouth with a loose line, so usually hold it down like that. When I want to pull up, I thumb the line slightly, try to give it a little bit more drag. And obviously if it wants to run, I can let go of that straight away. So we pull up, pushing down, and then wind down. So we actually start winding before we start going down. Just to keep a constant drag pressure on that hook at all times. Go that side, here he goes. There he goes, there he goes. There he goes, go on, jump here, baby. He's flashed across the water, see it? Oh, the line's come loose. Yeah, it feels like we just got main line only here.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's been busted off. So
what's happened is, as he's gone for that big dart and he's jumped around and went crazy, he's brought the line around his tail, and they've got a very rough skin, the mako, and you can see there, look at that. Just got caught of his tail, a few kicks of the tail and it's cut off. So bad luck for us, but great action. I want to take a second just to tell you a little bit about the gear we've been using today. We've been using the new OKUMA Makaira range of game reels. Now these come in a range of sizes from size 10 right up to size 80. So you can fish anything from 4 to 6 kilo line right through to the serious 37 kilo line class. Today we've been using the 30 size game reels, which are perfect for 15 kilo line class from Mako and Blue Sharks, as you saw today. They're well built, full anodized aluminium frame with a super smooth drag system. They are definitely required if you're serious about game fishing. Okay, now you can see next to us now, we've got a mammoth blue shark here. He'd be about 150 kilos, pretty big fish. Now these blue sharks are a lot more docile than Makos, so we'll hook this fish and he'll probably just sit there and, you know, carry on in the current. He won't do a great deal at all. Now you can tell that it's a blue shark just by the size of its pec fin. See how big they are? And there he goes, he swallowed it. Happy as Larry. Hey, look at that. Just eating the side of the boat, look at that. Yeah, that's it, and underneath. He's eating, guys, he's eating nuts. He's got the bag. Hey, that's our bag, get your own bag.
We gave you a bait.
Come on. Don't be greedy, fella. I think the bag's broken, guys.
Grab it in, put your fingers.
Yeah, they... Come on, thank you. And just rip the shreds out of our bag, mate. Thank you very much. Oh, now this fish has obviously woken up and he's starting to scream off. So I think he's finished playing and now he's ready to go home. So we'll bring him up, trace it up next to the boat again, put another tag in him and send him on his happy merry way. Now it's very important to use a good quality set of tracing gloves when you're doing this sort of fishing, especially when we're using wire tracers. You don't want to be mucking around, number one, without gloves at all, and number two, with cheap gloves that aren't really good, because you just end up cutting your hands. Quality set like these Pakulas, fantastic. He's let go of the bait and he's swum off, so no big deal. He'll probably come back. In the meantime, we'll keep the belly trail going, see if we can get another one. So Dennis, we've been running the Twin 150 E-Tex on Real Game for a few years now.
Yep.
I think we got them in 2007.
Yeah, that's correct. We got them in 2007. Brand new motors. We got them serviced on the first 300 and then 300 in intervals after that.
Okay, so we've got about 900 hours at the moment, so the last one was just recent?
That's right. We just got them recently serviced. And like I say, we've never had an issue with them, never had a problem with them. So yeah, we've been very happy with them.
Absolutely, and reliability is absolute paramount when you're fishing offshore. We're a long way out. At the moment, we're 22 nautical miles offshore. What we need is reassurance that we're going to get home safe and sound every single time. And that's what the E-Tex give us, reassurance.
Oh, definitely.
We've had another shark come up and you saw him there just playing with the balloon, and it's almost like he was trying to eat the balloon at one stage, but then he obviously managed to get the bait at the same time, and now we're hooked up again. Take it? Okay, big docile blue shark it looks like. And now he's going back to the depths. Come on, come back, fella. So we just put the tag in the fish, so that's a score for us. Points in the bag. And now all we've got to do is get him back up next to the boat and set him free. Go back and join his friends, tell him where he can come and get a free feed. It's a big fish. A big docile blue shark. There's his shiny new tag. And you can see there's the mullet in his mouth.
Watch your quarter.
Pair of wire cutters. Get it as close as you possibly can to the fish and set them free. Nice, and away he goes.
Sporting a new tag.
Well done, boys.
Well done.
Happy days. Get it. This is insane fishing. We have we got Dave hooked up right here on this side, and we've got another mate at the back of the boat here, and Dennis is about to hook him up on his rig. This is insane fishing.
Yep, he's got it. I'm on. Oh no.
Well, we've had an absolutely cracking day on the water. One last cast has resulted in a double hookup between Dave and Dennis. So hopefully you've learned a few tips and tricks to get out here and try it for yourself. We're going to be here for a while, so we'll catch you next time on the water.